Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Laura Schaefer here joining us from the amazing Scattered Books bookstore from Chappaqua, New York. Pleasure to have her here live on the show and live on the Zoom. I get to see her and the bunnies in person today. How are you?
We're good. Meatball had to be the first one to say hello. Look at this guy.
My goodness, Meatball really lives up to his name. He's very meaty and big and so cute. Oh,
He's more like a meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Oh,
and if you give me a minute.
Sure, take your time. And we're actually live in her bookstore. Yeah, they sell books for adults, for children, but this place is unique. As you can see, we got another bunny coming into play. Who's this?
Oh, this is Moo.
Hi, Moo. Oh my goodness. They are so lovingly, adorably like little babies.
They are like little, very destructive babies.
Okay, we got number 3 coming up, right?
No, number 3 is actually a little bit ancient. So she doesn't actually do TV appearances or podcasts anymore.
And she's not union and
she's not union. She was before, but she's pretty assertive, matriarchal.
My goodness. Well, clearly what makes them unique, it's scatteredbooks.com. Go to the website again, Chappaqua, New York. Besides all the events they have, we're going to talk about today, the books, the amazing events they have for authors. They have bunnies. Tell us about the bunnies since we started with the bunnies.
Absolutely. Well, we have bookstore bunnies, and they are 3 live rabbits that hop around the store as our mascots. So it makes for a very interesting shopping experience here. For some reason, a lot of people mistake them for other animals, which we find very bizarre and humorous. People have thought they are cats. They are raccoons. Someone thought Meatball was a miniature bear that I had purchased, and a couple of other really, really odd suggestions. But they are actually very friendly and cuddly. At our kids' parties, people pet them. Moo is a little bit destructive. They all like to eat their own genres of books, but Moo really goes for the most expensive possible. She yanked down a bunch of hardcovers from the YA section as her afternoon snack the other day. So we're working on it, but she's a typical third child, kind of gets away with everything.
Oh my goodness. All right. For people meeting you for the first time, they're saying bookstore bunnies? Bookstore? What? Tell me a little bit about yourself and the bookstore so we can get to know you. Since the first live Zoom, it's important, I think, to reestablish everything. This is just awesome.
Excellent. Yes, it's I do get that comment a lot. Books, bunnies, what's going on here? So we are a bookstore, but we do tons of stuff. We, of course, sell books and read books and recommend books, but it's also kind of a zany place for a bookstore. A lot of weird things happen here. I'm not sure why. It's very not boring for a bookstore. So, but we do a lot of events. We do author events here and other places. I actually just grabbed 2 posters from some of our more favorite events. Last year we had Huma come.
Amazing.
Which was awesome. And she did write for Scattered Books, one of the greatest places in the world. So of course we have that on display.
Of course.
And then we do outside venues as well, like Sebastian Younger. We hosted at Pace University, which was an amazing talk. He was interviewed by Jerry McKinstry, and we had a portion of those profits going to the Oasis program that helps disabled students. And that's a program my son is a part of. So we do try to work in doing the right thing along with our craziness.
All right. Well,
we do parties, we make baskets. Everything is custom. We care way too much about everything we do. And we just started a whole line of scattered slime products. There you go.
My goodness. These are the scattered slime products. Hold on. Space slime, mermaid slime, something for everyone. You are creative.
Yes. I've made alcohol slime for adults, but I didn't mean for that to become a whole thing. It just happened.
Hey, it's good for business. Now the adults are coming in, bringing the children. They're like, hey.
Yes. The slime has taken off, but I am still grateful my staff hasn't abandoned me despite the emotional challenges, let's say, that go on around here.
No. Okay. Well, Laura, tell us, when did you get into the bookstore business and how did it become like this? Because this is like no other. I've never met a bookstore owner. I've been to a bookstore like yours.
It's definitely a different kind of place, but in a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, I don't know what it is. It's like I'm the Pied Piper of weirdness. So it just happens. I don't know why, but I used to be in business, and I do have a few the books out myself, but with my son and different situations at home, I really needed something flexible, and I thought it would be fun to do something entrepreneurial, and why not try making no money for a few years just to see what that's like. And so it just once I got the idea, it just sort of stuck, like that book, What Do You Do with an Idea?
Mm-hmm.
Much like anything in your life, a thing, a concept, a cause, a person, once it kind of burrows into you, you can't let it go for whatever reason. And it just became this organic thing on its own. And I ended up looking for spaces and ended up with having a bunch of amazing moms and friends, the scattered moms that I've mentioned before, that we actually think we should have a sitcom, because at least we find ourselves really amusing.
I like this better than the Real Housewives of whatever. This is cool. The Scattered
Yeah,
Bookstore Moms.
you
This
have
is
no
cool.
idea the photos and videos we have of ourselves, like embarrassing ourselves, getting like trapped under boxes, saying embarrassing things to famous people. There's so much falling, tripping, we play funny jokes on each other. The whole thing is very amusing, but we know books, we care a lot, we make amazing baskets and our events, and we just put a lot into everything. Really, we just try to make everything as exhausting as possible, even if we're not monetizing it, which is not the typical business model. But if you have a good idea that needs a lot of effort but can't be monetized, I'm the person.
You are such a personality. And oh my goodness. All right. So you established the bookstore what year?
We established it 6 years ago. I
Okay.
think it was at the end of 2015.
And but this has become like a worldwide like phenomenon. Like you mentioned, celebrities come into your store. Could you share some? I mean,
Just
not to
well,
brag, but you're
well, the
living in a nice
Clintons obviously
area.
live here, so they come in all the
Yeah.
time. That it's great. Their grandkids love the bunnies, and they order a ton of books, things like that. But we've had some other people. John Krasinski's coming, Emily Blunt. Then there's a couple of other people that I didn't recognize, but the teenagers at the store went completely berserk. But clearly, I was too old to appreciate whomever was in the store.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell they were a famous person by how they dressed and stuff. I mean, they were perfectly nice, but just, if I see something that's not purchased at Target, I'm like, wow, that's a famous person. So I have many pictures of our teenage staff laying on the floor in shock after a famous person has left. All of us all the scattered moms, we don't care. Nothing. You're just another parent. It's all fine. Bookstores are a great equalizer. It doesn't matter, young, old, any preference, any religion, anything, any status. We're all just readers. It's all just the same when you're in here, which I kind of love. So yeah, we try to stay chill in the presence of famousness.
Got it. Oh my goodness. So what else did you want to discuss? I mean, because you do host now, besides having the books, having the bunnies, you mentioned briefly about the events. You have a party room. You're hosting birthday parties and events there too.
Exactly. So we host birthday parties here and at other places, and birthday parties to go, because of course it has to be a whole over the top thematic thing. But that makes it really fun. We want kids to walk in the room and say, "Oh my God," or to get a present from us. And people say, "Wow, where did you get that? It's wrapped so nicely." Like Dina, one of the scattered moms, we call her the basket maker and the basket case. She makes like amazing with the ribbons matching the books, and it's a whole thing. And she and I sometimes kind of go a little crazy with our ideas all over the place, but we have Diane, our store mom, to kind of bring it back
Yeah.
down. But we also do adult events. We've done adult parties here. I actually really love doing events with authors at the store, as a cocktail party, as a nicer signing for a fundraising event. We travel to and have signing authors or sell books, things like that. So that's I really enjoy that type of event planning and execution.
Oh my goodness. All right. And also, I mean, at these parties, you mentioned you have these slime gift baskets, you have these unique setups. How does it work? Because like I just had like my son's 8th birthday at a trampoline place, right? But like you
Oh,
created
we're way
around the
better than
kid.
that.
Like, yeah, tell me, give me specifics. I want to hear.
So, well, it depends. If he likes
He likes
dinosaurs, we would have.
football.
Oh, so it's fine. So if he likes football, we could do something with football collage. We could make sports slime. They could make a whole crazy collage. They could make their own mini football board, like a little game, that
Love
kind
it.
of thing. It could be a scrapbook of favorite players, or anything like that. We tailor it all to the child, right down to the colors. We can set up the room with, sorry, Meatball's trying to get away.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he gets upset because he's not very athletic. So we were talking about football, and I
Oh,
think
the
it
poor
made him.
thing. A
It's
little,
okay. Just
yeah,
don't listen,
feeling
Ball. It's
insecure.
fine.
We all have our talents, Meatball. Not everybody's good at everything. What
Exactly.
is Meatball good at?
Meatball is very good at laying around.
Ah,
He is also very good at eating.
okay.
He, on the positive side, he is an excellent caretaker for
Mm-hmm.
Acorn, whose Acorn's secret nickname is Cornstar,
Uh-huh.
because she's very old, but she still has it going on.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of her because bunnies actually are very bonded in life, and they will, unlike society, they actually take care of their elderly. So Meatball's role, which is great
Yeah.
because it fits in with his, let's say, sedentary lifestyle, to hang out with Cornstar in the cage, and he just kind of provides a comfort for her, and it works all around. And then it gives Moo a great chance to go around eating everything in the store.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Let's remind our listeners how we can reach out to you. Tell us the website, social media pages, how we follow you and the bunnies.
Yes, absolutely. So the main website is scatteredbooksplural.com. And we also have at Scattered Books is our Instagram. The bunnies naturally have their own Instagram, which is at Bookstore Bunnies. So you can follow us at any of those channels. And you can also write to us at info@scatteredbooks.com.
I love it. All right. What else
Us
is on
or the
tap
bunnies, and
today?
they'll actually respond.
I can't. I can't. I can't. This really does. You do need your own reality show.
We have
Um,
wanted our own reality show for years. I probably have 2 hours of hysterical clips.
I'm
Well,
sure.
we find it hysterical. I don't know if the average population finds it hysterical. My children find it cringy, but even that I find hysterical. So
Oh my goodness. I love it. So tell me about any upcoming events that are happening or something that happened recently. What do you want to share? This is your show. So let me just ask, what do you want to talk about?
I just want to share that we are a very unique place. If you need literally any gift for anything, we are the place to come. And definitely if you want to impress someone, get your gift from us. And of course, all the parties and events, but I would like to do more author events. We're a great presence at fundraising events, and pretty much the fundraiser doesn't have to do anything. We sell the books and then they just get half the money. But we do have a couple of events coming up. The town sponsors an excellent series called Wine Around Town, which is a very upscale adult bar crawl.
I
That's
like
free.
this one. When is that?
That is May 12th
Okay.
from 5 to 8 p.m. And it's just throughout the town of Chappaqua. So a lot of the stores, do very sophisticated things.
Okay.
And though I'm planning to upgrade this year from Jello shots to scattered sangria, it's about as fancy as I can get.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have our scattered sangria, and we will probably have a signing author or two. So far, we have coming Stacey Ross Cohen, who wrote this book, Brand Up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow.
We've had her before, and I love her, and I love her book. But we are also probably going to have a fiction author as well once I,
Wow.
not too terribly last minute, get around to asking them.
Let's see. May 12th is a Friday, right?
It is a Friday.
Darn it. Yeah, baseball. I'm like, I got to get up there. I'm out on Long Island. So what do I like 2 hours away? I think I looked at this the last time
About
we
2
spoke.
hours, but
But
you
I
can
just
come
love,
anytime.
oh,
It's
thank you.
something crazy will be happening whenever you decide to come.
I love
So
it. The
it's all
boys are
good.
going to love it, especially my little one. But that wine crawl got me interested. Okay. It did. I think I
Yeah.
read better when I drink wine. True.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that reminds me, we just launched our Scattered Sarcasm area, which has some interesting alternative Mother's Day books, let's say, like Mommy Drinks Because You Cry
Yeah.
and Go the Fuck to Sleep and other
Go to fuck to sleep. I love it. That's what we
other
said.
realistic
That's
favorites.
real. That is just real down to earth. That's how we talk. We are parents. I mean, come on, people.
Yeah.
This is
And if you want to feel better, we actually have a book over there that's called There Are Moms Way Worse Than You. And it's basically about how moms in nature are horrible to their children. So really, no matter how bad a mom you are, if you look at this book, unless you're kicking your kid in the head like giraffes do,
Yep.
you're golden.
I love it. I love it. Scatter Bookstore, Laura. What time do you guys open? Are you open now? It is open at 10?
We open at 10, although I do have the door locked and someone outside, because even though we open at 10 and the sign says closed, people always come to the door and knock no matter what. That should be a whole episode by itself, by the way.
Yeah.
Is the people knocking at the door when we're closed for various reasons.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We're having the CBS Sunday Morning interview with Bill Clinton and James Patterson in the store.
Oh, that was there?
Yeah, that was here.
Oh my! I used to work at CBS. I remember this.
Oh yeah,
show.
so there's
cool.
cameras everywhere. I have a sandwich sign blocking the stairs, and I hear, and we're all hiding, and Morocco's doing his interview, and I hear like bang, 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 come up the stairs, and then I hear, "Ma'am, I'm the Secret Service. You can't enter the store right now." And she said, "Well, I have to make my party favors." And he said, "Ma'am, I can't help you." And meanwhile, everyone's like, "Cut," because they're so loud. Can you just tell me if you like how this party favor looks? And he said, "Ma'am, I'm the Secret Service. I cannot comment on your party favor." And she goes, "Well, can I at least leave the party favors here with you for when I'm allowed in?" And he said, "Ma'am, I'm the Secret Service. I'm assigned to the president, not your party favors." And you just can't make it up. Like it.
Oh my goodness. This is hysterical.
And then I accidentally walked through the middle of the filming. I'm very clumsy and awkward if you haven't already gleaned that, but.
No, I think you're awesome. But you mentioned, now, how many kids you have?
I have 2 children.
Two,
Jason is 20 and Livy is 17, going on 18, going on 30.
Now, is she the one that's embarrassed of you or both?
No, they're both embarrassed of me. But Livy's a little more uninhibited. She's actually going to college next year for broadcasting.
Oh, wow. Where's she going?
She's going to Penn State Communications School.
My goodness. Well, you know what? That's amazing. She might need an internship. She should contact me. It's all about the internships. I tell everyone in this business, because the more you do for free, you make better connections. You know how it works.
Yeah,
it's
she's great. She could just confident. She got every confident gene in the whole family. Beautiful, outgoing. My son's also very beautiful, but extremely brainy, reserved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has muscular dystrophy, so that kind of incorrectly messes up his view of himself, because he's actually like one of the best people in the world.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. And with, helping raising him and stuff. Now is he home with you, or is he?
He lives at home, but he goes to college and does, kind of regular stuff. He's very brilliant and witty. So he doesn't talk that much, but when he does, it's just the most hilarious, deadpan, hysterical thing.
Well, let me guess. Where did he get that from, mom or dad?
We're not sure. But when he and my husband are home, it's quiet.
I was going to say.
And when me and my daughter are home, it's like a crazy house. Last night, my husband actually had to flee the house to watch the Rangers game in peace.
Come on. Oh my goodness. That is great. Oh, you guys are amazing. Wow. And then growing up, with the bookstore, so they were a little young. So did they have time to appreciate the bookstore? Do they work there? Do they,
They definitely help if I need help. They're very cute. Neither of them will take any money from a family business, which is nice. So they definitely help me in different ways. Livy's great. at events and doing stuff and anything with having her friends come in and photos and model stuff and that kind of thing. And, just being outgoing, and she'll just help with anything in the world at any moment. And my son is great. He'll be at checkout, keeping things organized, that kind of stuff. So they'll help me with whatever I need if I ask, but I try not to impose too much.
Oh, that's amazing. What a family business. Well, we still have 5 minutes. Why does it go so quick? 6
I
minutes
don't
left in
know.
the
I
show.
could talk for an
Tell
hour.
me-
Should I say
okay.
something about books?
Yeah, let's talk about books. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I guess we could talk about books.
Good
So
idea.
I have a couple of like Mother's Day kind of ideas and picks. I read an excessive amount for some reason. I think it's like my own coping mechanism, but it's definitely cheaper than drinking.
Uh-huh.
So one of my favorite Mother's Day picks is The Matchmaker's Gift, which is like an amazing, like sweet dual plot lines. It's historical. It's a little romantic, but it also has a little bit of magical realism, which you don't see that much. Plus, our author, Linda Cohen-Leugman, is local and super supportive, and we just love her. More of a fun read is Counterfeit by Kristen Chen, which is kind of a cross between Ocean's 11 and Crazy Rich Asians. So it just has a very underhanded satisfaction to it. I'm in the middle of this one now, which is making me upset, but I am absolutely riveted and I love it. It's a historical fiction. It takes place in World War II.
Okay.
So I don't know why when I'm in an emotional, fragile place, I will select a book I know is going to be really sad, but in an amazing way. I love this author. Martha Paul Kelly is amazing. But on the lighter side, of course, Curtis Sittenfeld. You'll never guess what this is.
No, what is it?
It's a romantic comedy.
Oh.
I know. And it's called romantic comedy and the cover is pink. So go figure. And for the men in our lives, the new Don Winslow is excellent. City of Dreams is excellent. This is actually one of Dina's picks.
Oh my goodness.
And we are looking forward to a bunch of books that are coming out, namely The Spectacular by Fiona Davis, because we are huge fans of Fiona Davis. If you want something, well, way lighter, Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. Great beach read. It's not out yet. Wow, that sound was Meatball. He's getting destructive. The Only One Left by Ruth Ware. We love Ruth Ware as our thriller kind of author. And then, of course, in the fall, The Exchange is coming out, the sequel to The Firm by John Grisham.
Really?
So we'll see if he can enjoy a comeback on that one.
Awesome. Where'd you get your passion for books from?
I'm not really sure. I just grew up reading. My mom read a lot. I was an English major, so I've always loved reading. I wrote a few children's books. Don't get too excited. They're not good, but my publisher is amazing.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the books you wrote, please?
Well, I have a few picture books that are just kind of, just sentimental kinds of things. One actually has almost no words because it's meant to serve both, all different audiences, nonverbal, different languages, things like that. That's Pug Bug, which is named after my two kids because I call them Pug and Bug. And then I also have a chapter book series called The Crumbles Chronicles, Tales of a Nervous Dog, which is actually written about my rescue dog from his perspective, because he's just a freaking wreck, man. I've had him for 11 years and he thinks everyone's out to kill him. Everyone and everything, paper bags, backpacks, cabinet doors, the pillow, everything.
Wow.
I'm his therapy human. I should have a vest that says therapy human.
A woman.
And then my husband actually should have a vest for me that says therapy human.
Oh, what does your husband do? Is he in this field or he like?
No, he's not. I don't even know how he deals with me, but he's amazing. He does digital advertising for a company in Connecticut.
Amazing. And you guys are awesome. So, okay, hold on. To search you as an author, how do we find you?
Oh, I'm not sure. I kind of forgot all about that when I opened the bookstore. So I think it's under Laura Scott Schaefer is the author stuff.
Okay.
I'm not very good at promoting my books. Really myself. I really like to talk about the rabbits in the store and like charitable things and other stuff like that. Although I did get my arm stuck and wedged in between two boxes last week. And that was very amusing. So we got a couple shots of that before they helped me out.
Are they on Instagram? Where are we going to find those shots?
Well, not yet.
Okay.
So I need, any advice you know,
Put 'em up,
so in
put 'em
addition
up.
to wanting a sitcom, I should probably have a social media person because I have thousands of hours of content.
Oh, I'm
And
sure.
so sometimes my daughter takes pity on me and will make all the cute little captions and stuff like that for me to post on Instagram. So
Oh,
it looks, you know, relevant.
got it. Well, we are out of time. Laura, pleasure talking to you as always. Would you mind sharing best form, all forms of contact, please?
Yes, absolutely. If you Google or look up Scattered Books
Mhm.
or at scatteredbooks.com, on Facebook, we're Scattered Books, on Instagram, we're Scattered Books. In real life, we're Scattered Brains, but no, that's not a real thing. Although now after the last show, 5 people emailed me and said we need to start a new hashtags called at Scattered Moms
Got
because
it.
of all the weird things the moms and staff do, or Scattered Staff maybe, because we all kind of embarrass ourselves in different ways.
I love it.
But
I love
the
it.
bunnies are also at Bookstore Bunnies, so they have their
Perfect.
own
Their
little
own-
side audience.
They're adorable. Thank you. Great to see you today, speak to you again today, and wishing you a happy, healthy, fun weekend. And
Thank
looking
you.
forward to speaking again and to coming out again. Don't forget the wine event, May 12th.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Laura. Have a great day. And to all of our listeners and viewers, stay tuned. More of the show is on the way. Check out Scattered Books in Chappaqua, New York. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.